Welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites out there, to an extremely exciting installment of Marvel's Wolverine 101. Because today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as it stands right now, July 23rd, is in fact day one of San Diego Comic-Con, which, as you can tell, I am sadly not in attendance this year. I just got a lot of different things going on personally that will not allow me to go to San Diego as it stands right now. But there is a lot of exciting stuff that is currently going on within the San Diego Convention Center, specifically, of course, pertaining to Marvel, and more specifically, Marvel games, where right now, it is a little bit after 1 p.m., where I waited to see in case any other extra bits of news were going to release from both major Marvel games panels that were held within Hall H, which is the biggest show floor area that you can have within Comic-Con to host a panel in, where they had panels for both Marvel's Wolverine and Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, which is extremely exciting. In fact, I recently did a collaboration video with my good buddy Slickmoth going over our predictions for what we are expecting to appear during Comic-Con and what we hope to see be showcased, and pretty much everything that I theorize that would be here for both Marvel's Wolverine and Marvel Tokon were here in one way or another, which is insanely cool to see. And just as someone like me who is beyond stoked for both of these Marvel games, I am super happy that they were able to showcase a lot of awesome footage for these experiences in the biggest area possible within Hall H. Because if you guys don't know, I previously was lucky enough to attend the prior Comic-Cons where they held a lot of awesome Marvel games panels in 2018 for Spider-Man PS4, 2019 for Marvel's Iron Man VR and Marvel's Avengers, and the best one, which I will never forget in my entire life, which was in 2023 for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, where the crowd went ballistic for the entire showcase of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 with the story trailer. We got the PS5 bundle and the DualSense controller, and the 19 inches of Venom were there. All that showcase for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 was unforgettable in my eyes, and now we are reliving that same glory with Marvel's Wolverine and Marvel Tokon, and in a similar fashion, because with Marvel's Wolverine, we did receive a brand new story trailer for the game, which is exactly what I theorized we were going to see, and we now have it in full. And to read off of the PlayStation YouTube channel's description itself, it states, "New allies and formidable adversaries emerge in the clash for mutant survival, as Wolverine unite with Jean Grey to protect those most vulnerable. Fight alongside Team X to confront the world's deadliest villains in the caliber of Bolivar Trask, Omega Red, and Deathstrike, and stand against oppressive forces like the Reavers and the Hand." So I haven't seen this trailer yet, which is why this is a very special 101 video, because not only did I want to provide my live reaction to the trailer, but I also wanted to highlight some of the things that were unveiled for Marvel's Wolverine during this Hall H panel, and go over the PlayStation blog where they did highlight a few new things, and actually a couple things which are seemingly not going to be happening for the game, which I, for one, am actually pretty surprised about. But we do have a full-length story trailer right here. It is 1 minute and 50 seconds long. And this is actually the thing that I have been most anticipated about Marvel's Wolverine. If you've seen any of my prior videos, you guys would know that the biggest thing that I'm really hoping that Insomniac will be able to deliver as it stands right now when it comes to Marvel's Wolverine as a game, of course, besides the gameplay looking very dynamic from the demo we saw, the story with what Logan is going to be experiencing within his narrative, his connections with Jean Grey, and the other characters within Team X like Sabretooth and Mystique, I think, and Omega Red was also confirmed to be previously in Team X. So what is the general narrative about with Logan's journey? How dynamic is the story going to be? And if it's told in the right way, will it be able to top what I still believe to be the best of Insomniac stories with the first Spider-Man game, Spider-Man PS4 in 2018. We shall see, but we have the trailer right here, and I am very interested. Alright, 3, 2, 1. If it loads at all. YouTube, do you want to work with me today? Yes? No? And now. Great. Perfect. Okay. I wonder what the crowd's reaction was during the Hall H panel. Oh! Okay. So she knows Logan. He doesn't know her. Ooh, his eyes. The facial models looked insane. Okay. Were those the Reavers? Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Leech! No! Ooh. Creepy. Was that Trask? Ooh. Jean looks good. Mystique. A classic Sabretooth look. So that's different from his Team X black uniform.
The future. For mutants. That is why you belong here.
Okay. Motorcycle chase. So different sections where I'm assuming we can use the motorcycle in gameplay. Death Strike. Whoa. Ooh. The hand. Patch. Sweet. Oh my gosh! Dismantling everybody. Woo! Ooh! Okay. That looks sick. Ooh! Omega Red. That's sick. Oh, oh, oh! All the adamantium skeleton you could see. Is he gonna go like full on adamantium skeleton?
Can't let a man rest in peace, can you?
Nice. Wow. Okay. Okay. Cool. So, for me, that did not, like, for me, personally, I might just be biased because, of course, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. But when I tell you that the crowd erupted, like, beyond erupted when they showed the story trailer for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 with the Venom reveal, and just the tone of the story for that trailer alone blew everyone away. That was not on the same level for me, but that looked really, really good nonetheless. Very interesting to see all these mutants in the story. Again, what I'm really looking forward to is Insomniac growing this mutant side of their Marvel Universe, so we obviously are going to be playing as Logan throughout the majority of the game. They did confirm that seemingly Logan is the only playable character in the story as we know right now, but Jean Grey has a big presence right here, so maybe they're trying to, you know, trick people and say, oh, Logan's the only playable character. Psych, Jean Grey is also a playable character in the game as a cool, like, level in the story like what we got with Venom and Marvel Spider-Man 2. I'm not sure right now, but I think the, again, narrative expanding the mutant side, introducing these other mutant characters, Logan's connection to them, it seems like, again, he didn't recognize Jean Grey there, but he might maybe regain his memories throughout the story, and what is going on with the other characters, his kind of, like, partnership in a way with Sabretooth, because they're teaming up with each other, and Sabretooth has his black Team X outfit and his classic, you know, iconic Sabretooth look. So what is the timeline throughout the story? What's going on there? What's his connection with everyone? That is what's going to intrigue me about playing the game, is diving into this mystery and unraveling it as we play through the game. So that was cool for the story trailer. We also got some screenshots that Insomniac revealed, which were from the story trailer, which were very, very cool. But I did take some notes from what was unveiled from the Comic-Con panel and what was highlighted in this most recent PlayStation blog, which I did want to discuss and provide you all with the information about in this video. So, for starters, the soundtrack for Marvel's Wolverine is being composed by David Fleming, who, if you do not know, is actually the composer of James Gunn's 2025 Superman movie, which, hot take, I don't know, but I thought was absolute trash. I couldn't stand anything about that movie. Sorry, Superman fans. And I like Superman a lot, but that movie was terrible in my opinion. But he did do the soundtrack for the Last of Us HBO show, which I actually really, really like, and both the game and the show. But his score is now available to listen I believe the main theme of Wolverine right now, but the full score, the full soundtrack of the game in its entirety will be available for the public to listen to on all platforms on August 28th. And again, I'm biased, especially because I got to interview him, John Paisano, who's the composer for the Marvel Spider-Man games. He has a lot to live up to, David Fleming, especially since I wasn't really a fan of how they repurposed the iconic John Williams Superman score for James Gunn's Superman, and just kind of added a few new, like, electric guitar riffs and stuff. But what we've heard of the soundtrack so far for Wolverine sounds pretty good, so I'm really excited to hear the full extent of it by the time we get the full soundtrack on August 28th. The second reveal, which is way more exciting in my opinion, is the Marvel Tokon Wolverine suit that we see in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, the fighting game which will be releasing next month in August from Arc System Works. That anime-style, Japanese-looking, cartoonish-style Wolverine suit is officially in Marvel's Wolverine as a free cosmetic that you'll be able to unlock by simply playing through the game, as with no deluxe edition needed, just by playing through the base game. That suit will be in Marvel's Wolverine at launch for free just by playing through the game. That is super cool, and I'm wondering now if that also means, considering that we're getting the Spider-Man Brand New Day Tom Holland suit in Marvel Spider-Man 2 on July 28th, will we also receive the Marvel Tokon Spider-Man suit added in Marvel Spider-Man 2 at some point as well? That would be really cool, but again, because Insomniac Games and Arc System Works have this first-party partnership with PlayStation, they are able to do both. And not just for Insomniac, but also Marvel Tokon, just like they also revealed with the Advanced Suit 2.0, that's going to be a suit for Spider-Man in Marvel Tokon. They also revealed that the Battle Reborn suit, what they're calling it, the default yellow and black Insomniac Wolverine suit, will also be an alternate suit for Wolverine in Marvel Tokon. And for me, both the Advanced Suit 2.0 and the Battle Reborn suit will never be coming off when I play both Spider-Man and Wolverine in Marvel Tokon. That's sick. I love the collaboration, the consistent partnership between all these studios underneath PlayStation's umbrella. I hate what PlayStation's doing with killing off physical media, but the way on how they're collaborating with these partners and allowing them to incorporate their art styles and feature them in just cool collaborations like this in each of their games is awesome. And I would hope that by the time Tokon and Wolverine release, that we could see either of those suits in Marvel Rivals as well, for either Wolverine or Spider-Man, or vice versa. Just any of the characters in either of those games showing up in Marvel Rivals as well would also be great brand synergy between the Marvel games and these studios. So that was really cool. Again, I'm not too big on wearing different alternate suits between different characters in the Insomniac games. I mainly wear just the default suits, but if you're a fan of the more anime, artistic aesthetic for the character, then the Tokon Wolverine suit is definitely going to be the suit you want to wear in the game. On top of that, if you're mainly at Comic-Con yourself, you may have seen the pictures that even I posted on the community tab and have been shared on social media that Marvel is going all out with the overall aesthetic showcase of Wolverine. We got a Wolverine statue in the Comic-Con show floor. There's a prototype Sentinel head from the Wolverine game outside of the Comic-Con booth. And if you do visit the Marvel booth and take a photo with Wolverine and the statue from the game, you will get not only physical, replica claws of Wolverine, but also a prequel comic, just like what we've gotten from Marvel Spider-Man 2 in the past as well. Marvel's Wolverine also now has an official prequel comic, which I have seen some panels from and the synopsis about, and I can confirm here, and especially based on the story trailer and what the prequel comic reveals, is that it seems like, also what I can kind of theorize back in my Who's the Main Villain video collaboration that I did with my buddy Comic Blast Keenan, it seems like that Mr. Sinister may in fact be the main villain of Marvel's Wolverine, because in the prequel comic, it turns out that Mr. Sinister, also known as Nathaniel Essex, is the leader, or at least the kind of head overseer of Team X. Of course, the team that Logan was in before going solo, and the X-Men don't exist yet in the Marvel's Wolverine universe. So Wolverine being a part of Team X, Nathaniel Essex was the leader of that group, or at least the main man who was in charge of that group, and he was revealed in the prequel comic, and it looked like he was kind of teased there a little bit in the story trailer. We hear some dialogue, which sounds like it could be from Mr. Sinister or something like that, but I am a bit divided on that right now, because I understand that Insomniac wants to build out this X-Men universe for these games, and if we get a sequel to Wolverine, it's most likely not going to be a Marvel's Wolverine 2, especially considering we have other mutants shown with Jean Grey, Sabretooth, Mystique. All these characters are in the game already. a Wolverine 2 would more than likely be leading right into the X-Men. And Mr. Sinister is also a really good villain to use as an X-Men villain. So I personally would like to have seen a more personal pick related to Logan. Like, we already know Sabretooth is in the game. I don't know if he would be a good pick as the main villain because he's already in the story, but maybe they could have done some other character that relates more to Logan. Like I've said, Romulus from the comics I think is an interesting pick, and a character we've never seen in any form of Wolverine media outside the comics, so I think he would have been an interesting choice. But Mr. Sinister feels more like a X-Men group villain, and definitely even a character like Magneto. There'd be no way that he would be a main villain for a Wolverine game, especially since he would wreck him in 2 seconds, given his power set. But Mr. Sinister as a main villain for a Wolverine game is a very interesting choice, and I really hope the story will elaborate and explain why Insomniac decided to go that route, especially since they're already teasing other villains in the game like Lady Deathstrike and Ogun and the Hand are in there. So a lot of cool different picks to look into for Wolverine's lore, but using Mr. Sinister as seemingly the main villain is an interesting choice. So a lot of variety there, and I'm very curious to dive into what the story is relating to him and Logan's connection as well. And just like the Insomniac Spider-Man games, Spider-Man PS4 was an origin story in a way for Dr. Octopus. Marvel Spider-Man 2 was absolutely an origin story for their version of Venom. Could this be an origin story of Mr. Sinister in Marvel's Wolverine? I think that could be really cool, especially if he's written and portrayed in a really compelling way. And the final thing from this Comic-Con panel, which actually was not there, and I don't think we're going to get a reveal of it in the future because I feel like this panel would have been the perfect place to reveal this, but we did not see it, is a PlayStation 5 bundle and DualSense controller themed after Marvel's Wolverine. So, of course, I have it right behind me as well. My beautiful Marvel Spider-Man 2 PS5 bundle. That's also autographed by Najee Jeter and Tony Todd. Rest in peace. That was a insane reveal to see during the Marvel Spider-Man 2 panel with the PS5 bundle showcasing the symbiote encroaching on the panels, and the DualSense controller looked sick, and everyone got super hyped. And you could also order not only the bundle itself, but also you could physically purchase the plates, the PS5 plates, or the DualSense controller separately, especially considering it's not just because it's Spider-Man, but also it's a major first-party release for Marvel's Wolverine and Marvel's Spider-Man. But for Marvel's Wolverine, with Insomniac being the main first-party developer from PlayStation, Wolverine has a really big fan base and a really huge following, and I would think that, especially since the Marvel Spider-Man 2 PS5 is actually locked for the old PS5 model, there's no Spider-Man 2 PS5 Pro because that bundle came out before the PS5 Pro was announced. I was for sure thinking we were going to see a Wolverine PS5 Pro bundle with a yellow and black themed, aesthetic and color palette, and a DualSense controller to go alongside that. Or at the very least, if they don't want to do a bundle for a console, then they could do a controller at minimum. And actually, same with Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, since that is also a major first-party title from PlayStation, and it's also a big item within the fighting game community. So you would think either Wolverine, Tokon, or potentially both would receive a PS5-themed console bundle in some way. But it doesn't seem like that's happening. There was no reveal or announcement from that during either of the panels, and I find that very intriguing. It's also kind of, telling, since Marvel's Wolverine and Marvel Tokon will not have collector's editions. There will be no statue, no anything for a collector's edition for the game. So, no collector's edition, no bundle, no DualSense controller. That's a bit interesting, considering that these are big, major, especially Marvel-themed first-party titles from PlayStation, but neither of them are going all out. It only seems like Spider-Man is worthy of that, which I totally understand. But my copium senses are tingling and telling me that if the reason why Insomniac and Marvel are not doing a Wolverine-themed PS5 or a Tokon-themed PS5, that tells me that they might be waiting for the perfect opportunity to announce, if the rumors are implying it's true, next year, Marvel's standalone Venom game from Insomniac, and then we could see another PS5 Pro bundle reveal or announcement of some kind with a Venom-themed PS5 based off the game if it releases in September of 2027. That's my hope and dream. That would be insane, and I can only hope and keep my fingers crossed that that's what they're implying if they're not doing it for Wolverine or Marvel Tokon. But with all that said, everybody, that is the quick 101 rundown of Marvel's Wolverine from San Diego Comic-Con. Not a lot of, major takeaways from the panel. We did get some concept art. We saw some cool stuff from Wolverine fighting the Hand and up-close looks at Jean Grey and Mystique and Sabretooth, but nothing really, in my opinion, that was too mind-blowing in the sense of the scope and scale of, again, I was in attendance for Comic-Con in 2023, 2018, 2019. Very cool showcase, absolutely, but was it on the same level of hype as Marvel's Spider-Man 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What are you most excited for Marvel's Wolverine as it stands right now? Is it the story trailer? Is it the prequel comic? Is it the soundtrack? Let me know all your thoughts, and what do you want to see from the game next, especially knowing that it comes out September 15th. We are less than 2 months away, not a lot of whole time left to market the game, so what would you want to see be shown from the game next? What are you looking for from the story? And any other thoughts you may have. Thank you all so much for watching. Definitely stay tuned for more Wolverine videos coming in the future. I got a lot more coming for you guys soon. Leave a like, share, subscribe, and sign up to my channel memberships to support me if you feel like it. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Stay merry, Marvelites, and peace out.